Hey, what's up, guys? As you know, on this channel, we cover organized crime, and most of you are aware, organized crime is no longer prevalent on the streets, but happens on the web in the form of cybercrimes. In 2022, Americans lost over $10 billion to online crime, far outpacing home burglary losses. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use this information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up, and best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. I value my privacy, and I know you do as well. So go check out aura.com/American made or click the link in the description to start your free 14-day trial of Aura. You won't regret it. Now let's get into the video. When did you start getting into some credit card fraud? I read that you kind of started getting into certain checks and credit cards. When did that start?
Well, cutting checks in those days was a very simple thing. Because you could write me a check and it wouldn't clear for 2 weeks, even if the other bank was just across the street from that bank. So me and my cousin used to do that. We bought a lot of real estate, floating check. I would write the down payment, apply for the loan. 2 weeks later, my cousin write me a check to cover my check. And then I'd give him, and vice versa, until we closed on the home. Once we closed on the home, then we went to another bank, got a second mortgage on the house, and stopped the flow. So that worked out well. I moved to California in 1971. And I met a kid, his name we went by Dan Gold. He had Gold, Goldsmith, Goldstein. He had several names, but we started doing credit cards out here. And in those days, we knew the amounts before you had to call it in. And so we loaded up, we go in, we buy 3 bottles of scotch, and boom, boom. And we go, we get every liquor store, remember, in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley, on Ventura Boulevard. Then we sell the liquor. And then airline tickets. We would get airline tickets. TVs. I remember one day we had a TV in the trunk of the car. And there was an American Airlines on the corner of Hollywood and Vine in the office. Across the street was a drugstore that also sold books. So Dan went in, and it's really funny, which is very rare what happened. But we bought airline tickets to New York, round trip. And he gets one girl on the phone. Then when he goes to the office to buy another set of tickets, he happens to get the same girl. It's just one of those flukes. And I can remember I was in that drugstore waiting for Dan. He came running out of there, and our car was parked over in the parking lot in Vine. We rented a car and boom, back out to the valley. Yeah, we never got caught on it, but we did. We banged out a lot of credit cards.
Yeah, I thought it was funny where you mentioned in the book that your wife actually opened a bill one time from a credit card, and
we used my own credit cards. Yeah, she almost had a heart attack. What is this?
And you told her that somebody had stole your card or something.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I got to tell you this here, and I don't know how they do it with credit cards today, but they're good. I use my American Express over at the Mayborn. One morning, I buy an espresso, $4 or $5. Next day, I'm sitting here and I'm checking my American Express, and there's charges coming up from ladies' clothing stores in Miami. I go, what the hell? I got my card with me.
Right.
Okay? That's how good they are. I mean, American Express took care of it right away. I just had another situation with American Express. Somehow, they got my American Express, put it on my wallet through Google Play. They opened a Lyft account, driving all over town using Lyft account in my name with my credit card. American Express caught it. Thank God. You know, I'm still waiting for that card. I wrote Michael Franchise. Michael and I, we talk occasionally, you know?
Right.
And I wrote him, I said, just imagine if we had this technology when we were on the streets. I would have hired a lot of young kids that have been hacking everybody. We would have made millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's, you know, in your day, you talked about cashing checks and credit cards and doing everything kind of in person. And nowadays, everything is so sophisticated with these credit cards that, you know, everything's done on the internet, and, you know, they can get your information, and there's so much fraud going on. I hear about it all the time. It's very sophisticated nowadays.
Yeah, you got it. You know, this advice to anybody: check your credit card statements every single day. Because you just don't know. I mean, here it is. I have an espresso, and then the next day, my card is being used in Miami. Now, how they do it, I don't know.